Okay, so this is kind of almost going to be a rant covering two topics. It's related to other YouTubers like me who get friend requests on Facebook and fan emails. And I also wanted to talk a little bit about the taker's mentality. And it's not just a guitar teaching thing or a fan of celebritydom thing. It's just a mentality that I wanted to talk about. So when I first started YouTube and I started getting fan emails and friend requests on Facebook, I was just so flattered. The idea that I was just some dude sitting in my bedroom with my guitar recording videos and uploading them on the internet. People are like, hey dude, I'm from Turkey. I love your show. You're great. Let's be friends on Facebook. I was like, wow, I'm going to talk to this person I've never met. And it was really, really exciting. And that was a cool thing. So 6 years later, I get friend requests every day. Occasionally I get a long fan email, and of the friend requests that I have accepted a million years ago, I'm going through my friends lists and deleting people because I don't want to use Facebook as anything other than a tool to stay in contact with my clients and obviously just friends and family. I don't need the validation and the likes, and I'm also a bit thingy about a bunch of people going through photos of me when I was 21, getting up to hooligan hijinks and even just stuff like, my late grandma's, 85th birthday. Like, why is people who barely know me looking at photos of me hanging out with my family? It's not something that I'm that down with. So I think about a year ago was when things sort of started to get a little bit dark and a little bit strange. I had this one fan add me, and he was kind of strange to start off with. He really wanted to do Skype lessons. So we had a Skype lesson, and every day up until the Skype lesson, about 4 days in a row, I was like, I just want you to know I'm a really big fan and I'm going to be really, really nervous, and I just, need you to be really patient with me. And it's, I've been doing the Skype thing for about 5 or 6 years now, and I've been teaching for, 16 years. So I kind of know what's normal and what isn't out of a client, and this guy was a little bit strange. So we do our lesson. There's nothing too weird about that. And then he just starts writing to me every day, sort of stuff like, I'm trying to adopt this girl that's been living with us. She was, belonged to one of my other family members, and they got put in jail, and we've got to do an adoption proceeding. And I'm like, I barely know this guy. Why is he oversharing all of this stuff with me? And then one time he sends me this abusive message on Facebook saying you weren't there for me when I needed you, and rah, rah, rah. And I'm like, dude, I barely know you. The one thing I remember saying to him is I said, look, if you're going to write to me, I'm your teacher. I'm happy to be friendly with you, but you're not one of my friends. If you're going to send me something, make sure it's funny. We can have a bit of a repartee. But I'm not interested in having a deep conversation with you. And, he kind of flipped it, and I just thought, screw it, I'm going to block this guy. And he sent me an email a couple of months later that was like, I'm going to quit drugs and I need your help. And I was just like, all right, I'm only going to be accepting friend requests from people I know or people that I'm already in a business relationship with as far as, clientele and all of that kind of thing. And one thing I sort of started to notice around that time is a lot of people were sending me friend requests asking for enormous amounts of advice. Hey dude, can you help me get my speed up? Can you watch this video of me play and give me feedback? And it sort of got to a point where I was like, you know what? These people want a piece of me for free, for absolutely nothing. I get absolutely nothing out of it. They've decided he's a good guy. He's going to love giving his time up for me. And I think the thing that really pisses me off about that is there's no other profession where you can just go, hey doc, I'm going to send you a photo of my teeth. You want to give me some feedback? Dentists don't do that shit. There's no other profession where you can just, ask someone to cut your hair because they enjoy it and it should feed into your free time because you love it, or they're such a fan of your hairdressing that you should give them advice on how to cut their own hair. So this taker's mentality thing was starting to really, really kill me because people were just walking into a situation being like, I like that guy, here's what I want from you. Sending me solo requests and ways that things that they wanted on my channel. And as I said, sending me videos of them here's me playing that solo you did. Any advice? I'm like, no. I've got a wife and a kid and very little spare time. If I'm not winning bread, if I'm not teaching guitar, writing books, creating YouTube content, building my web shop, making Udemy courses, I've got a wife and a kid to feed. I've got a career. I've got my own hobbies, which are not music related. funnily enough, I'm trying to get back into going to the gym because I got really, really big after my kid was born. I want to get back into kickboxing. I used to do MMA. The funny story is that's how I met my wife. We used to choke each other and kick each other, and that was something that I really sucked at. But I enjoyed walking into a situation being terrible at something and not fricking talking about guitar. I teach guitar all day, and then I've got people asking me in my spare time to listen to, their songs and their practice regimes. So I think the problem with this takers mentality is that a lot of fans and people, and I'm sure people like Ben Eller and Tyler Larson and all of those guys have dealt with this, is that people walk into a situation going, I like you, you should do me a favor, or this is what I want to get out of it, without thinking, what is he going to get out of it? What are they going to get out of helping me, giving up their spare time? So that's probably why, if you guys are sending out your friend requests and trying to sort of stalk and befriend your YouTube sensation idols, that you might not be getting the response in return, because if they're like me, they're burnt out and they're a little bit dead inside from all of the disappointment and harassment they've been through over the last couple of years, and they've started to think, what's in it for me? Is this detracting from the time that I could be spending with my family or working on my business, or just immersing myself in a holiday that isn't immersing myself in a hobby that isn't just frickin' guitar, because we need a break. Constant sound is enough to drive any man insane. Anyway, this has been a longish and quite ridiculous rant. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Please leave a comment if you are a YouTuber yourself, or someone who's sort of dealt with fandom and you've got some interesting stories. Please leave them in the description. I would love to talk to some other people that have been through this. Not that I'm a victim or that it's a terrible thing, but just thought processes that people have gone through, and try to make me not feel like such a terrible person. Anyway, you guys rock. I'll catch you soon.